Hey, thanks for joining me on my regular weekend radio show. Great news to talk about today. I'm not a sports station. I don't talk about sports a lot. Sometimes I'll mention the World Cup soccer or some special event. But I think something happened this week that transcends sports. There's been a lot on the news about it. If for any reason you're not a professional basketball fan, you probably know the name LaBron James. LaBron James was the great player for the last 4 years, played for the Miami Heat professional team down in Miami, Florida. He today is arguably the best overall athlete on the planet. You take any sport at all and take the superstars, and they're going to be a combination of LeBron James. This fella's muscular, he's big, he's quick, he's coordinated. He can do anything he wants to do. He dominates the basketball court just like he'd dominate the World Cup soccer if he was playing, dominate baseball. I don't care what the sport. He'd be an unbelievable wide receiver for a football team. LeBron James is just simply the best. And he's made a lot of money. And he made a decision this week. His contract was up with Miami, and he could have stayed with Miami. Every team in the country would have given their right arm for LeBron James, paid him an arm and a leg. And he decided, after thinking it through, to go back home. He's from a little community outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, I've never been to Cleveland, but if I had to list the 100 cities I'd most likely live in, Cleveland would not make that list. I know nothing about Cleveland. I don't think of it as a super entertainment town, or it's not alive with great food, in my opinion, like you find down in New Orleans where I live. And it does have a couple of sports franchises. It's got baseball, the Cleveland Indians, and you've got the basketball team, you've got the Cleveland Browns, the football team, but none of them ever win championships. They're kind of mediocre sports franchises. The city, it's cold as can be in the winter, coming off Lake Erie, just puts the freezing temperature right through to your very bones. So, it ain't much of a town, in my opinion, and it hasn't been for some time. Now, I don't want to get all you folks in Cleveland listen to me on my radio show all upset, but I just want to make that point that Cleveland is just not a town I know much about, and in my opinion is not the place where you want to go and settle. LeBron James, the greatest athlete on the planet in any sport, who commands hundreds of millions of dollars, his endorsements, he makes a lot more in endorsements than he does with his salary, decided to go back home to his community. He's going to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're a solid basketball team, but they didn't make the playoffs, and they probably won't make the playoffs in the future until they got LeBron James. And it's truly transcended sports. And he's not a guy that has 4 or 5 kids by 4 or 5 women that some of these super basketball stars do. He's married, has 2 children. I think he's got 2 little girls, got another child on the way. And he thought it through with his wife and said, we just want to go home. We want to raise our kids where he was raised, where he has friendship. His mother lives in the outskirts of Cleveland. Just wants to go home. And it's just been such a story because, most of these athletes want to go back and be the superstar in Los Angeles, the huge media markets. New York City, obviously, gone to the New York Knicks and been the toast of the town. Everybody would be Cowtown to LeBron James. And he makes so much more money with endorsements. All the little kids in New York want to wear LeBron James jerseys and wear his shoes. And he decided to pass all that up and went back to Cleveland. So it's a magnificent story about a great athlete, and I think it brings back really some of the exceptionalism of America. The fact that, sure, you want to make money, we all want to be successful, but family and community and friendship and overall happiness means a lot more than how much money you make. And so hats off to LeBron James. Hats off to you folks in Cleveland. Look, let me come back again. I took a few pot shots at Cleveland. Cleveland, you've had a heck of a last couple of months. You got the Republican National Convention coming there in 2016. Johnny Football, the most sought-after quarterback in football last year, went to the Cleveland Browns. So things are kind of happening in Cleveland. You know what? I better go up and take a look at Cleveland, Ohio, because things are happening up there. And a big, big thing happened this week when LeBron James decided to go back home. Go back home to mama, bring his family back to Cleveland. Good luck to you, LeBron James. God bless you. I'm in your corner 100%. I'll be right back.